Hello there, and welcome to another edition of the Volleyball Coaches Show. I'm Jordan Bazron with MurrayAthletics.com, alongside Head Coach Steven Gream. Now, Coach, let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about Arkansas-Monticello, your second home conference match, your first home win conference in the conference. Monji and McNee, they led with 12 kills, but let's talk about Lauterbach and McNee. Lauterbach had 11 kills. Frankly, they hadn't gotten off to the best start this season, but how positive was it to see them starting to get going with 11 and 12 kills apiece?
Oh, it was just great. We've been working on them. You know, Haley and McNee, we've moved from outside to right side to give Lauterbach some swings on the outside there. And then Lauterbach has an ankle injury that kind of set her back a little bit, so she's just now getting over that a little bit. So it was really good because we knew coming in that game, since our middles were doing so well in the previous weeks, that Monticello's strategy would be to shut down our middles, and we told our pins that they had to step up, and they did. Now,
you guys hit 266 in the match, and turns out Arkansas-Monticello was leading the league in opponent hitting percentage. How impressed were you with your team that your team hit so well against them?
Oh, I was very impressed, especially, you know, just talking about Lauterbach and McNee, who have been trying to make the adjustments there. Like I said, Monticello's strategy was to shut our middles down, and our pins opened things up for them. You know, they might not have got as many kills as we wanted, but they got good swings that really opened things up. So everybody contributed, which is what we want in our offense anyway, and that opened up holes in that defense that allowed our offense to get some easy kills.
Now, this win was not only your first home conference win, it was also your 200th career win. What can you say about getting 200 wins in your career?
Well, it's always a great honor to get that. I mean, you've been in the league long enough to do it. You've had recruited good players that helps you do it. And it's all about the players. The players are the ones that do the job. I just lead them in the right direction. You know, after the game, you know, you take time to reflect about it and everything. You think about the teams I had at Union and now here at Southern Arkansas and all the different players that helped you get there. And it's just a great honor, and it's really humbling because you see all the hard work come in, but it's all boils down to how well the kids do.
Now, moving in to you guys played Central Baptist next, NAIA foe, and you guys watched them play the match before against Monticello, and you guys simply dominated the match. You won in 3 sets, but the storyline, Amanda Monji, she had 17 kills and 27 attempts, just 1 error. It currently stands as 4th in the GAC in attacking percentage in a single match. Can you talk about her performance and how was she so efficient in that game? Well,
she was so, I mean, she's just continually gotten better as the years go on. Again, we've moved her from middle to outside. She's only been outside just this year. So she had to make those adjustments. That she had an ankle injury just like Lauterbach did. So you have the combination of stuff where we're starting to get her back to where we knew that she could contribute there. Now, as far as this match was concerned, you know, our passers and setters did a good job of feeding her and keeping her hot. You know, you feed the beast. She was on a hot streak, and we just kept going with it. And that's why she had 17 kills and so many, even in so little attempts. She's just really done a really good job. Really make the adjustments and doing what the setters give them, and she's found the holes.
Now, before we move into the weekend, let's talk a little bit about the role players. The players we don't really talk about too much in here, but we've seen a lot more from recently, specifically Ali Rodriguez, Angela Gaynard and her serving, and the versatility of Savannah Pillow. What can you say about those players?
Well, you know, you just said it right there. They're unsung heroes for us. I mean, they've done so much with the injuries and the situations where we needed to throw somebody in. I mean, Savannah Pillow's played every position but middle. And has never complained, just did her job, just wants to play and contribute to the team, and she's done a really good job there. She has a good serve, she sets for us, she can even hit a little bit, she's very versatile, she's our utility player, so to speak, to use a baseball term. Angela, you know, coming in, we've moved her from middle to right side, so we've given her some chances there. She played a little bit of right side in Florida, but it's her serve that's really done a really good job for us. She's 9th in the GAC in serving in aces per set, and so we're using her, you know, as the situation goes. She's kind of like our secret weapon with the serve. And then you have Ali Rodriguez that's coming in passing for Amanda Monji and doing just a great job. She's actually had to serve for Monji a few times with the ankle injury where she couldn't do that power serve that she does. And just these kids never complain. They just do their job. They do what you ask them to do, and those are the ones you want to really talk about because they're the unsung heroes that don't get a lot of credit. and they just do what's asked for them, and I'm really proud of them.
Now another player we forgot about, Ali Cecil. She's coming back from her injury, and she's progressively getting more and more playing time. What can you say about her progression thus far?
Well, Ali, stepped in as a freshman and playing right side, and really fell into it. She had over 200 digs both of those years. She was our second best server last year with 40 aces, and then we put her in this. Play her first game, her first serve, she gets an ace. So, that's the Ali Cecil we know. She's still getting over that knee issue with her, but she's getting better each day, getting more used to her brace and everything. So we think that she can come in. We just need to get her more reps and really increase our depth. Our defense is already good. You add that mix to it, it even makes it even better.
Now moving in tomorrow, you guys have Southeastern, a team that's a little bit different from the conference team you've been playing so far. Southeastern is a team that they are first in the GAC in hitting percentage.
Yeah.
So they're more offensive. The teams you've played thus far, we deem them as defensive. So how do you think your team will adjust to playing an offensive team? Well,
this is where that hard schedule comes in. We've played Fort Smith that had a good offense. We've played Texas Women's, thank you. Texas Women's has had a good offense. St. Mary's had a good offense, even though their record doesn't show they had a good offense. So this is where that hard schedule comes in, where we are now prepared for both ways now. Now, we don't want to get into a shooting match with them. We want to still play our defense and still do our job and try to slow them down a little bit. But at the same time, we think our offense will match up really good with them. So it's just one of those things where if we can hold them down a little bit and get that percentage that they're so high on down a little bit, we have a good chance.
Now, with the way your team has been blocking and the way your defense has been playing, do you think that'll prove advantageous for you that they are so offensive?
I think a good defense always beats a good offense is what they always say. So I always look at that. If we can put up a good block and make them be uncomfortable, we have a good chance of turning that into an offense for us. They're going to start tipping. They're going to start rolling, shotting. They're going to start hitting balls into the block. We blocked Harding 10 times, and now Harding has a good offense. So it's one of those things where we want to make them as uncomfortable as possible, and then hopefully translate into offense for us.
Now, Kunkel and Gentle are their two-headed monsters, so to say, and Gentle is first in the conference in aces per set. So, what have you seen from Gentle serving-wise?
Well, Gentle's been in the league. She's a senior, and she plays right side for them, which normally doesn't get all the sets, but she's getting a ton of the sets. She's their leading hitter at 3.09 kills per set. So she's going to get set from the back row, front row, whatever. So she's their big offensive threat. She's their go-to player. Then you add the serve to that she's been serving so well. That even makes her more deadly there. She has a very tough serve to serve. Obviously, she's number one in the conference. But her attacking has just been top notch. She's a long-armed and attacker that really is hard to block if you don't wait on it, and that's where she's getting a lot of her kills from. The outside hitter Kunkel is the same way. She plays a different way than the other one does, but she hits more cross court and tries to tool you a little bit. So our block has to be steady. She wants to use our block against us instead of letting us get those easy blocks on her.
Now, moving into Saturday, you have East Central, somewhat of a lower-tier team in this conference, but so are we at this point, according to record. Yep. So we still have to come out and play the game. Statistically, there's no real superlatives from them. What have you seen on film so far?
Well, they're a young team. I mean, they lost 7 seniors last year, so they're young. They're going to have those growing pains where they're going to make mistakes at key times that experience is going to teach them. And I think as the year goes along, they're going to get better because Coach Thornton's a very good coach, and he's going to have them ready. As far as what I've seen on tape and everything, they just play. I mean, they have a leader with their middle player they have that's really good at placing shots and being a good block for them, and I think they're going to feed off that, and that will make them better. Like I said, Coach Thornton's going to have them ready, and he recruits very well, so I know that there'll be a nice challenge for us.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. Tomorrow, Friday, against Southeastern at 7, and then Saturday at 2 p.m. against East Central. Thanks again for joining us, and thanks again, Coach.
Thank you.